And welcome to the Ras Takes on Europe show. It's international weekend, but no games this weekend, this coming weekend, this midweek for Champions
Boo.
League. And NapShot Studio, the rest of the shows, because they've been very intensive in their approach. They've all taken a well-rested break, so now they're all watching us. Welcome. This week we're gonna
Welcome,
shine the
guys.
but we're gonna shine the spotlight on Juventus. Ooh,
Oh,
Juventus.
yeah.
Yes.
Black and white, bro. Black and white.
Zebra, you shine the spotlight. See, like that. Shine the
Yeah,
spotlight.
yeah, yeah.
Alwin, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, bro. Doing great, yeah. Just received news today. Selangor gonna have water crisis again. There you go again. I told you,
Bro.
bro. This thing is becoming too frequent already.
Yeah, it's becoming a joke, literally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, even Singaporeans also all know already about our Selangor water crisis.
Not really, lah. I don't think not all Singaporeans, those Singaporeans with Malaysians in Malaysia in their heart, they will know. All right, Alvin, on this club, Juventus FC, that we're
Yeah, yeah,
covering today,
yeah,
share
bro.
with us
So
your memories of
yes,
this club, your experience with this
yep,
club, and your memories.
yeah. So for me, when it comes to Juventus, it comes to Serie A. I always go back to the Serie A times and all these all. And for me, literally, the experience that I had with Juventus was, back in the 90s and all that, when we were still schooling, and watching those games. Basically, couldn't really get a chance to watch those games live on Malaysian. I mean, my TV at home. So I had to basically cycle. See, Serie A, the matches are late at night. Like sometimes even like games going at 2 something in the morning. So
Yeah.
myself and Steven, we used to ride a bike, basically ride on the bicycle at the middle of the night. There we go, that's the
Nice
bike. I
bike.
mean, that's not the exact. I wish that was the exact bike, bro. But our bike was a bit Lokana skate, but okay lah. It took us all the way to one of our guest house today. One of our guests who's going to appear on the show today. So
Okay.
myself and Steven, what we do is we cycle there and we go and watch the game. Those fantastic action-packed scoreless draws, bro, in Syria. Okay. So
Nice
so
way
the
to
thing,
hype it up.
yeah, bro. And the thing with Syria and all this is sometimes I wish maybe if Martin Tyler was the commentator, would have been a bit better lah. Because sometimes like I feel the guy that commentating is like a golf commentator lah, bro. So right. So I mean, and as for Juve in particular, of course, being an MU fan, it was really I would say a bad omen in 1996 when we played Juve and all this. They were
Yeah.
very strong,
Correct.
solid team and all this, and they beat MU in the group stage. In the group stage, both games 1-0. But
Yes.
as you can see in the picture here, this is the most defining moment as a MU fan against Juve, guys. You see the Roy Keane moment that that the way he led the team back again, and in that semi-final in the European Champions League, despite after going 2-0 down, two very early goals by Pippo Inzaghi, and Keane led the charge, and basically United beat Juve to go in the final. So that's basically what I can say about Juve for now, lah. What about you, Ras?
Okay, putting on my Manchester United cap, the proverbial Manchester United cap. I agree with
Yeah.
you. I remember that. I was also thinking, as a Manchester United fan, I was thinking of that, the 1996 one group stage. We lost 1-0 over both
Yes.
legs, but in both
Yes.
legs, we were outplayed by Juventus. And I think that was an eye opener for that team and for Sir Alex Ferguson as well. And then the following season, actually, 97 98, we beat them at Old Trafford. I can't remember what
3-2.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs last minute goal.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened when we played them there, but yes, 98 99 was the moment, the watershed moment, and that's it. After that, we had the upper hand over them for all our future games. And United's victories over Juventus were extra sweet for me for a certain reason. Those of you who have been watching this show would know that in Italy, I support Inter Milan, Internazionale Milano. So that's who I support in Italy. So to put this into context, for those who watch English football, Inter and Juventus in England, but times 1,000 or 1,000,000 in terms of animosity, in terms of bitterness, in terms of rivalry, because that's how strong, bitter rivalry these two clubs share. You know, the fans can't meet eye to eye, can never get along, but you know, here we are. This is a beautiful game. We are all talking about beautiful game here today. My memories, well, at the start, my memories of Juventus wasn't that bitter. It was when I started watching Serie A football, my father told me about two Italian players because I was already a fan of Italy. One was Roberto Baggio, the other was Salvatore Schilacci. And both players played for Juventus. There you go. Both players played for Juventus. So I didn't have a favorite club at that time, but I kept an eye out for these two when they played for Juventus. 92, Schilacci left to join Inter. That's when I became an Inter fan. On another show, I'll talk in greater detail on that part. The unhappiness with Juventus grew when they sold Roberto Baggio. And I felt like, you know, it was like taking a fly out of a cup and just throwing him out like that. I didn't feel well or very good about it. In fact, today, represent Roberto Baggio, 94, USA 94 jersey. So that's where my unhappiness with Juventus started. But at that time, this understanding of rivalry between Inter and Juventus hasn't grown yet. Then came 97, 98. Inter and Juventus both were fighting for the Serie A title. We had our own Ronaldo. This moment happened in that match. Title decider match, Inter versus Juventus at Stadio della Alpi. Juventus leading 1-0. Great goal by Del Piero. Ronaldo goes into the box. His body checked. We thought sure shot, penalty. Referee says no, waved on. Play goes on. The other end, Juventus get a penalty. But Del Piero missed. But you know, that really infuriated all Inter fans and everyone associated to Inter. So that's where that bitterness, that rivalry, you start to understand, and it grew. So then it grew and grew. You know, in subsequent years, we had our battles. Always nice to beat them. Then some games they will win us and all that. And then this rivalry, I think, hit fever pitch in 2006. Calciopoli hit Italy and Italian football. Juventus was one of the most affected one by it, heavily punished by it. We'll go into greater detail later on, but that is where this rivalry is at this point of time. That's why this rivalry has reached to this peak where both fans can't see eye to eye each other. They hate each other. Both clubs hate each other. And that's where we are in terms of as a supporter, as a supporter. On a professional capacity, I've had the privilege of working with Juventus Club Singapore. You know, I've had we have a small bunch of us that watch Serie A football. So we've had these small Serie A tournaments where certain other Serie A fan clubs, we come together, we have a small tournament, and it's a yearly annual affair and all that. And then slowly, my relationships with the Juventus Club Singapore grew, and now they're playing in one of my leagues, the Broadside Fan Club Futsal League. So since then, you know, I've got the interactions have grown with the Juventus members, and it's very cordial, very respectful. We speak about football, of course. We speak about Serie A, but of course, we do not go into great detail when it comes to all those controversial issues between Juventus and Inter. We speak just strictly about football. We have a bit of light banter and we just leave it there. No animosity going at each other, hammer and tongs and knife and daggers coming out, no such thing.
No kerosene and all that, bro. All the minyak tanah.
No parang all from the car coming out, no nothing. I had the privilege as well. You know, last year Juventus was in Singapore. So thanks to Juventus Club Singapore, I hosted a tournament for the Juventus fan clubs across the region. They were all in Singapore, so we had a small tournament. I hosted that tournament and I had the privilege to meet Edgar Davids and David Trezeguet. Edgar Davids, a former Inter player as well, I might add. So there you go. But of course, he made a bigger name in Juventus Club, and you know, whatever. We just got that. Producer, do you have that image of myself in with Edgar Davids and one of our guests today as well? All right. Okay, it's coming on later on. So yes. By the way, those watching in, before I forget, please remember to like, share, and
subscribe, guys. Yep.
Do not forget, like on Facebook, share this on Facebook. You can share it, copy and paste it, and share it on Twitter as well. And subscribe on YouTube. So now, Alwin, it's time to bring up yes, right?
Yeah, bro. You already, pouring a lot of fire into the flame already. I'm sure our three guests, in Juve cannot wait to come on already, lah, bro. They need to pakai all their glove already. Okay, so let's bring them on.
Yes,
all right. Our
who we got on? Let's see the order
now. Yeah.
Bala, hello, Bala.
Hello.
Hi guys, how y'all doing?
Forza Juve. He's a regular commentator on our show. He watches us regularly. Thanks a lot for your support, Bala.
No problem. Always there for football.
All right.
Yes, Bala.
Alvin, you're
welcome. Yeah.
About, right?
Yeah. This is the guy. This is where the bicycle landed, lah. The landing spot. Yeah, basically in Bala's house. So we used to watch those Juve games all together. So great to have you on board, my friend.
Yeah, right. Good to see you again, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, next guest, let's see. Next guest, who we got? Zaki Rashid, all the way from Bangi. Zaki, how are you doing?
Very good.
Yeah, if not mistaken, you're the president of the Juventus fan club in Malaysia.
Yeah, I'm the president for Juventus in Malaysia since 2 years ago.
Okay.
Actually, I'm the fifth president of Juventus fan club Malaysia.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And from Malaysia's president, let's bring on the Singapore president.
Wow, so this is like
president
lah. Okay.
Mr. Assarie, nice kid you got there. Classic.
Yes.
And Mr. Assarie is the president of Juventus Club Singapore.
Yeah. Hi guys, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Welcome, Assarie. Yeah. Lot of bilateral ties today.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Inter fella don't burn the bridge lah. Let's see lah.
All right. Now there's one picture now going to be shown on the screen. Let's see whenever it comes out. Here you go. There it is. Myself, Assarie, Edgar Davids, the referee, and David Trezeguet. This was from the tournament last year in Singapore. So this was me hosting.
Edgar Davids look very small size lah.
Pardon?
Yeah.
He looks so small size. He shrank a lot really, bro.
Edgar Davids,
yeah. You're lucky just standing beside you lah, bro, not on the field lah. Different story lah.
That one 2 foot tackle lah.
Yeah.
All right, Alvin, let's get the show started on the road now. Let's go.
Yes. So let's ask our guys, our three guests here. So why and how did you guys started supporting Juventus? So maybe we start with Zaki first. Zaki, you want to let our listeners, our viewers all know why and how long have you been supporting Juventus?
Okay, I'm starting supporting Juventus in 1987. This was about 33 years ago.
Yeah.
When I'm still in Johor, we have a privilege to watch Serie A in SBC 12. I think Assarie know what is SBC 12. Ras also know. Because then SBC then become TCS. And then now is I don't remember because
MediaCorp now become MediaCorp.
Yeah, MediaCorp. So that was the beginning of why I'm supporting Juventus during that one, because at that time I'm still 8 years old. And I still remember my uncle asked me why you supporting the team from the prison, because Juventus wear black and white, and then the color is common to the prison. So I said, hey, the team play is good football. I think that the final season of Platini play for Juventus. So so I think about 33 years ago, I'm supporting Juventus until now.
So you got a glimpse of Platini live.
A bit. I think a bit.
Okay. All right. What about Asari?
Yeah. Okay.
What's your Juve story?
Okay, my story started in 1994 because USA 94, Roberto Baggio. But I did not start. I mean, watching Juventus in '94. I only knew he was playing for Juventus because I was around 8 years old. I didn't know where to watch football on TV, and I didn't know Singapore had channels playing Serie A. But 2 years on, I regularly kept watching Juventus and really fall in love with Juventus. But by then, Baggio had left, and they had a new number 10, which is my favorite player, current for all-time favorite player, Alessandro Del Piero. And the first season I watched, they won the UEFA Champions League, so that was a really special occasion for me.
And that's a long time ago.
So it started off with Baggio. It started off with Baggio. Baggio left, but then you stayed lah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Bhullar, yours.
Okay. As for me, I think every fans in Malaysia usually have a support English club, so I'm not been mistaken as well. I used to support Blackburn Rovers. So that's the year they won the Champions League. In what they call it, English Premier League, and the first time featuring in Champions League. So I will start following. Actually, that was the first year I watched the Champions League, and the team who got me excited with all the turmoil happened to Blackburn was Juventus, because the way they play, the spirit they have, and on top of that, they are, the charismatic of the never say die attitude is totally different than any European team I've met so far, whereby they bring the one is Batman for others, the Jokers is there to destroy the beautiful game or whatever they have done. So yeah, that was how I got interested, and then my liking for Batistuta made me even follow Serie A even more. So that's when my love for the old lady started.
All right, cool. What year was that again? 95, 96?
Yes, they won the Champions League.
All right, cool. Okay, I've got a personal question. This is with regards to Roberto Baggio, my all-time favorite player. So I'll throw this to Zaki, since you have followed Juventus the longest. What is your opinion of Roberto Baggio's time at Juventus? Because in my opinion, from how I'm looking at it from the outside, it looks like there's not much coverage, not much attention given to Roberto Baggio now. Because remember, when the time that he was playing, that Juventus team wasn't as strong as what like Del Piero got into and all that. So it was a very strong team, and he helped them get into winning the UEFA Cup. And in those days, UEFA Cup was a big trophy to win in Europe. So what is your opinion of Roberto Baggio's time at Juventus?
Actually, he came from Fiorentina. I think it's a bit controversy when Juve bought Baggio from Fiorentina. And then he already played in a World Cup in 90. That one is 90. But at that time, Italy have Salvatore Schilacci already play for Juventus. And then they have Pierluigi Casiraghi. And then they have Baggio. Baggio is I think is a skillful player which can change the directive of play for Juventus. So I think it was a word by Juventus, but sadly they have to sell Baggio because they already have Del Piero. So the 5-season Baggio with Juventus is, I think, is very good one, considering that he already played for Italy, and then he played for Juventus. And then you have to bear in mind that Juventus always produce a player for Italian national team. So Baggio is one of them, represent Juventus and represent Italy.
He became the world's best player as well when he was at Juventus, right?
Yeah. And then he won the trophy with Juventus under Giovanni Trapattoni. Yeah. And then I think he have a problem with Marcelo Lippi. Then they bought Del Piero. Then this goes on. Player come and go. For me, player come and go, but the club is still there.
Okay, thanks a lot for that explanation on the Juventus take on Roberto Baggio. Next question gotta ask is your favorite era of success, every one of you. So I've streamlined this into 4 eras. One is Lippi, Capello, Conte, and Allegri. So which is your favorite, starting from Bala?
Wow, it's my favorite. I think all 4 of them make a beam pack. But I think if I can give it, I think I'll go with the what do you call that, Allegri, because I think of course Lippi had brought the Champions League, but then Allegri basically he brought the adaptability squad, teamwork, and the formation, which I think even any other Juve coach is currently struggling to adapt. So for me, it's Allegri. Yeah.
Okay, Assarie.
Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a surprise, but my favorite coach of all time is Fabio Capello.
Okay.
And Lippi had a successful era, no doubt. But for me personally, because when I started watching, I didn't really understand football. I only know about scoring goals, players dribbling this and that. But as I grew older, when I understand how football is played tactically, I appreciate what Capello did for the Juve team.
All right,
but
cool.
Sadly, it ended in a very sour note, lah.
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
The
Zaki, yours.
Actually, I'm choosing, of course, Marcelo Lippi because the way Juventus play in 90 under his guidance from 95 to 1999, because I'm always amazed how Juventus been play like that, because that was a team from the other planet, I can tell you. They play attacking football. They have very good player, Vialli, Ravanelli, and then they have they have the box six, but the structure of the team is still there. They still play attractive and sexy football. So that's what I like about Marcelo Lippi, bring Juventus to the high level.
All right, great. Thanks a lot for your input, guys. My favorite era of Juventus would be under Gigi Del Neri. I think that was the best. Okay, we've got some comments coming in here. Viewers watching in, let's see what the comments are. Alwin, take this.
So from Victor Sim, coincidentally, Juventus are the invisibles of the 49 games unbeaten alongside Arsenal, but it haven't talked about enough though. So Assarie, any comments on this? Do you feel that this unbeaten run is not being hyped up as much as what's going on when Arsenal goes on the run, or some Liverpool or MU goes on this kind of runs?
To me, being unbeaten in a season is special, no doubt. But the ultimate goal is to defend your title year in, year out, not to be unbeaten for one season, and after that for the next 5-7 seasons you are in mid-table. So like what Arsenal now. So they rely on their Arsenal, so they rely on their history to make them feel good about this season. So like them.
Anyways, just a warning, the producer is an Arsenal fan, so he's giving a warning that if you say anything, he'll be out of the show.
Yeah, so thank you, Victor. Thank you, Victor, for the comment there. Yep.
Anyone else? Hey Jude says Forza Lazio.
Forza Lazio.
Okay, you say Forza Lazio is still not that You say Forza Inter, then you see what the response
I think Hey Jude, Forza Lazio based on the weekend the 94th minute equalizer. I think
he's just rubbing salt on the wound.
yeah.
Oh, Hey Jude says, Ras, are you more of a Inter or Man United fan? We can't have best of both worlds.
Put you on the spot, bro.
In my world, I can. So I'm living in my world. Yeah. Hey Jude says from blue white to black white. Good one, Bala. Forza Juve.
Oh yes, thank you, Hey Jude.
Antonio Codinek, our regular guest on the show, La Liga expert. Question to all Juve fans. Do you think fans in Asia follow a club or player first? That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a very easy question.
Actually, you answered that, Zaki. For you was club first, followed by player. Bala, yourself?
For me, I think basically the club is something like I don't know. I always believe there's some connection with you. Maybe I don't know, in your past birth or some kind of connection, divine intervention. Because why I never support MU, whereby it's a more supported club in Malaysia. So I think there's something in you which you feel you are representing them, or they are representing you. So I think it's more on a spiritual than rather than a player or club to start with.
All right, cool. Okay, Alwin, I think you've got one personal question to ask.
Yes, because we spoke about managers, right? We spoke about some Juve managers and all this, but there is one guy that I would really like to understand. I mean, you guys, your guys' opinion is Ancelotti. Okay, I still find this quite degrading for the guy, to actually be sacked. I mean, he found it out during halftime of the last game of the season, where Juve still actually had a chance to still win the title.
Halftime.
And Ancelotti was just let go like that. So I mean, maybe Bala, you want to give your explanation here? Like, what do you think went wrong with Ancelotti at Juve, and is this really a way to let the manager go at halftime?
I think basically that season at Juventus was actually lost to MU, Manchester United, and I think they had a good chance of actually winning the game. But then unfortunately they lost the game, of course, with one of the greatest comeback in Champions League history. But also, not to forget that Juve also have a minimum target of winning Serie A. So when he came in, also he was sacked by Lippi was gone, and Ancelotti needed to fill up in his shoe. And Lippi had a successful season before that. Mm-hmm. So I think the pressure was overwhelming, and then I'm not sure, maybe the dressing room, and then the expectation was very high for him to perform immediately. And despite having chance, I think it never linked, maybe never clicked for him to be the next Juve coach. Maybe that's why I feel. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else got
do you guys defend Ancelotti here, or you totally agree it's okay to let him go at halftime?
Zaki.
No, I feel that's a very unprofessional way to sack a manager not at halftime. Let the season conclude, then you sit and voice out your differences, then let him go. But ultimately, I think Ancelotti had the last laugh, winning 3 Champions League. Is it 3? Yeah, 3 Champions League with AC Milan and Real Madrid. So maybe if Juve were go back in time, maybe could have kept him for a longer period.
Okay, cool. We've got comments flooding in. Woohoo! Let's see what's else. Calvin McGill, who was the most underrated UA player the past decade? Zaki, who would you name as the most underrated player of Juventus?
It's too many.
Okay, of the past decade. So it's 2010 onwards?
Yeah.
I think the most underrated Juve player for the past 10 seasons is who is this guy? Italian guy. Sorry, I can't remember his name.
Marchisio.
I know. It's not Marchisio.
Takinadi.
Well, Takinadi 2 decades ago. Yeah, but he was underrated. Yeah.
There's
Actually,
There's a plenty.
Maybe
if I
Assarie-
choose one,
Okay,
if I
Zaki,
choose one,
you can go further back also, no problem. Tapaya this decade
Actually,
also. You can
I'm
go
choosing-
Zaman.
I'm
Okay.
choosing Andrea Bazzagli.
Okay.
Bazzagli.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. Yeah, I agree. with you.
Yeah.
Because he came from Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg won the Bundesliga, and then Juventus bought him, I think, for minimal fees. And then we thought that he is out of shape because he won the World Cup in 2006. Maybe he just a fringes player in Juventus, but he managed to build a reputation on the back three, because I'm managed to watch Bazzagli in front of my eyes during my trip in 2015. A very athletic player, have a good command in defense, but yeah, he was overshadowed by probably Bonucci and Chiellini, but he's the most underrated Juve player, for in my personal opinion.
All right. Ken, thank you very much, Zaki, and thank you for Kelvin for the comment. We've got some more, right? Producer? Stephen John, the greatest Juventus footballer of all time is Omar Sivori and John Charles. Any UA fans should know these two names. Assarie, do you know them?
Yeah, of course I know them, but it's not my era.
It's not our era. That's the problem.
Yeah, I understand. Next comment coming in. Joel Robert, Forza Juve. My best moment was watching them play in the Champions League final in 2017. But sadly, they lost. But the atmosphere with Juve fans was just something beautiful. Well, this fellow, best moment was watching them play in the final that they lost. He's saying Forza Juve. Jojo Juve says, Ras give lah, more energy lah. This is Juventus, the club of clubs. Inter who? Okay. Inter is the one that won. Inter is the one that won the treble. Let me tell you that.
Inter Miami.
ZAK. Hi, Ras and Alwin. Best UA player by far. Baggio lah, of course. Siapa lagi? Alwin, yours?
For me, my best Juve player I like is Pavel Nedved. I really like that drive that he brings to the team, and
The Lazio player.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, there's just something about Pavel Nedved that keeps the team moving, driving. You always see his engine never stop one. I don't know whether the fellow got 2-3 hearts and all that, but yeah, Pavel Nedved. Yeah,
correct. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh, one more comment. Mark Hossegay, your all-time favorite centre-back pairing for UA. Okay, who should we give this question to? Bala.
For me, it's Montero and Ciro Ferrara.
All right, cool. That's nice.
That's a wall, I think.
Yeah, they were tough to get past.
You don't want to be a centre forward with those two guys.
I think in that era, we had some great centre forwards in Italian football.
Yeah. We sadly lacking now, actually, if you ask me.
Yeah, true. Agree.
Not only for Juve, I think for rest of the club.
Yeah, I believe it's on the rise, but let's see. Victor Singh says Zambrotta and Lilian Thuram are hard rocks of Juventus before Bonucci and Chiellini.
Do you guys agree?
No, I'm not agree.
Sorry,
Zambrotta not really a hard rock.
Actually, they are not playing in the centre back because Zambrotta is a left back. Lilian Thuram is the right back. So they have Ferrara and Montero on the center of defense, and between that they have Fabio Cannavaro. So the comparison is not apple with apple.
Oh yeah. True. I agree. But Lilian Thuram could play centre back as well, and he was good.
Yes. Yeah.
I think even like Chiellini and Bonucci, they are a bit versatile. Maybe they were asked to play on the fullback role, right? Maybe not as a wing back where they need to run up all the way, but maybe just cover the left and the right lah. But yeah lah, their natural position is more at the center lah.
I think Cellini started as a left back. I think.
Yeah, Cellini started as a left back with Juventus.
Yeah.
And then Conte moved him to the center, and then he remained there under Allegri.
Yeah.
Actually, Cellini is the left back.
Yeah. All right. We got one more comment, one last one before we move on. Mark Hosagai, John Charles, more of a Leeds legend. Juve legend should be Gentile and Scria. Well, again, I don't think it's from our era, but yes, I'm sure you guys know these guys. They were from the 1982 World Cup winning team of Italy. Yeah. So now, from something sweet, we go to something bitter for you guys. For you guys, I must say. Revisiting a dark period in Juventus history, the Calciopoli. For those who do not know what happened, well, Calciopoli is a match-fixing scandal that rocked Italy just before the World Cup in 2006, and he left Juventus in Serie B. They had point deduction. They had 2 Scudetti that were stripped of them. One of them was given to us at Inter, and they received a fine.
That's only your first guy win a title.
And those are Fabio Capello's 2 Scudetti for Juventus. Both also got stripped off, right?
Yeah, both of them were stripped off. So when this scandal erupted, Assarie, how do you feel at that point of time?
Okay, honestly, I was not surprised. Not because Juve was found guilty. It's just that the nature of Italian football, scandal after scandal after scandal. So when this one, so when this popped out, I said, oh, another one. So I just take it into the stride that, okay, we are found guilty, but I think years later, the court said that we were innocent, but the title was not given back. But it was quite sad lah. It was quite sad that we had to go down to Serie B. I always thought that we will stay in Serie A, but with deducted points. But it was quite sad that we had to go down.
As what the other clubs, right? The other clubs all managed to still stay, right? Except Juve, after the appeal, still ended up getting demoted. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the sad part for Juve, because that really hamper their progress towards for the next 5-6 years.
Yes. I think more than that as well.
Yeah, and okay, what about Zaki? Do you think it was fair? This whole scandal that do you think Mr. Massimo Moratti was behind this from Inter Milan side?
That guy is useless lah. Actually, Juve has been unfairly treated by Italian authority, because you have to remember, Juve have the strong fan base across Italy, and then they won the Scudetto, and then they are team to beat. And then you have to remember that in 2006, Italy won the World Cup, and Juve have so many players play for the Italian national team, and then they just won the Scudetto. And then when the scandal erupted, then they have to find something to found Juventus guilty on whatever reason they bring. They should deducted the point to the Juventus, because the other team like Milan, the Fiorentina has been deducted with the point, but they conclude that Juventus is guilty and then throw them to the Serie B. So that's why I said the whole scandal is some sort of jealousy toward Juventus.
The thing is, for those of you who are watching this and you're not sure, because in Italian football, what I've noticed is there's always conspiracy theories whenever losers, or the manager or the coach will always talk about some conspiracy theory.
They always say that Juventus bought the referee if they want.
Yeah, that's our favorite comment. Yes.
Yeah. Juve bought the referee, so.
Juve bought a referee, or Mogi selects the referee. He doesn't like certain referee, right?
He delegates, See, I mean, this thing from the Juventus camp, this is one you think. From the Inter camp, we think, of course, differently. But personally, when I didn't feel much pride being awarded a Scudetto in the courtroom. I rather we had won it on the pitch with a strong Serie A, because after that we dominated the Serie A. It was diluted, so it reached the end when we won the treble. That's from the Inter's perspective, lah. But yeah, of course, this is a contentious topic between Inter and Juventus fans, and which is something we probably will have a difficulty to see eye to eye on for some time. So I would say just live and let live, and let's move on with this.
But then just want to add something.
Bala, go ahead.
Because I think regarding to say that this kind of controversy happens, because I think even there's one time Mourinho was accusing Frank Rijkaard entering the referee's room. So I think it's happening everywhere, but to the severity of the punishment is for me the question mark, because why Milan given a less point deduction, and in fact they compete in Champions League, and from saying they won the Champions League that season. So I just couldn't find the logic of it, and I mean if let's put factual and what do you call that, imagination, but factual is they are caught guilty, but then why other fours are given less severe penalty? So that's the only thing I've been a bit question mark on that issue. But I mean, having said that, what winners breeds haters as well.
I mean, I understand that. As a Manchester United fan, I understand that point very well. But okay, there was once another scandal. Remember your friend Zedek Zeman? He said Juventus players were taking performance-enhancing drugs, and there were photos from Juventus dressing room of players taking drugs with the syringes on and all that. There was another one. That was a bit unproven, I guess. I think it wasn't too big.
Not Photoshop, bro. Not Photoshop,
No. Where Photoshop? Okay. Like this, man.
But so don't forget, there was also Maradona in I think 1990 World Cup. The bottle was drugged for the Brazilian players against Argentina. So
all this.
I think all the Sabo work has been going on, lah. It's just what is been highlighted, lah, that come out.
Right?
So don't talk about scandals, because it doesn't bring anywhere.
On your side or not? Okay, Alwin, one final question in this segment.
So we are talking about the past of what happened in Juve and all that. So for you guys, like, maybe you want to share with us your thoughts on what is the Juve philosophy or the Juve DNA, lah. So to speak, like, is it more on focusing on breeding young talent, or trying to spend and become a force, like, using the Galacticos method, or maybe you guys want to share your opinion as a fan, as a Juventus fan. What is the Juve DNA here? So Asari, you want to go first?
Okay. What I feel is the Juve DNA is, of course, winning at all costs. Like what Gianpiero Boniperti said, that winning is not important, but it's the only thing that matters. Is the only thing that matters. But to be following the Galacticos way, no, we are not spending money to bring the best players in the world or this, but we are picking
except one recently.
Players. That's where one instance where we really broke the bank and bring in the best in the world, one of the best. Okay, but I think for all these years, the sporting director is trying to pick the best player for each position at a very reasonable price, or sometimes free transfer, like Andrea Pirlo, even now Aaron Ramsey, but he is not really fit into the Juve squad. No, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just say he doesn't fit in the Juve squad. Maybe with an Arsenal, yes, he can play. So there's so many free transfers. Even I think Patrice Evra, who we managed to get from Man U, and he played well. So it's like picking the best player but not breaking the bank.
Okay, Bala, your opinion?
My opinion is, I think it comes back to the city of the very foundation of Juventus. Is basically Turin is basically a factory kind of industrial city. So the concept was basically is hardworking, dedicated, never say die attitude. So I think that was a Juve combination. So talking about Ronaldo, Roberto Baggio, these are the fellas who are the disruptors. For my feeling, is disruptors of this teamwork kind of game or teamwork effort, because either you have to accommodate them to suit the game rather than they suit to the system. So I think maybe that's why reason this Lippi decided to sack Roberto Baggio. And I think currently we can see why when Ronaldo play, they perform, and when Ronaldo not coming, it's not there. So I think Juve has forgotten the DNA, whereby his teamwork is and
the other clubs all
winning.
managed to still stay, right? Except Juve after the
first who are the disruptors. For my feeling, is disruptors of this teamwork
Alright.
kind
Okay.
of game.
And what about Zaki?
Zaki? Yeah.
They suit to the system.
Zaki, fino alle fine?
Actually, you have to bear it. The motto is "Fino alla fine." I think Juventus management have a different approach in the past. I think about 20 years. During the Moji era, Blanc, and then his assistant, and then came Agnelli. I think Agnelli just want to stabilize the team. Because Juventus is a prudent club. They don't spend money for one or two players, except in 2001 when they bought Thuram, Buffon, they bought the Nedved. The era is past. The current is they just want to make sure Juventus have a balance in the squad, because they still have the old fellas like Bonucci, Chiellini, and the Buffon, and then player came from like then they have a free transfer. The free transfer is like Asari said, exclude Ramsey. Ramsey is not performing at Juventus. The rest is like the Pirlo, Khedira, Evra, and then they have the guy Dani Alves. So they want to mix the balance with the player that they bought to the club. So I think that the approach on the current management for Juventus, with the exceptional of acquisition of Ronaldo, the one is once in the blue moon. So we have to accept that.
And he going.
Yeah, and then we hope that probably in the future Juventus still keep the way they play, uh, because if they want to replicate the era of Lippi in 90s is very difficult with the current disposal of squad. They just keep the balance of the team and keep winning. That's it.
Okay, Zaki, we're going to speak about the present segment soon, but we've got some three very good questions I hear. Steven John says, since we got two Man United fans as hosts, I want to ask the guests their views on Paul Pogba. So this one I'm going to give Assarie.
Very good. I like that.
Paul Pogba. Talented player, no doubt, but I feel that he needs a certain pairing with him to really bring out the best out of him. In Juve, he had Pirlo, he had Vidal. Then in France, I think mostly of the French squad really supported him. And in Man U, he tried to be the star, tried to be the playmaker, but it's not really gelling. It's not really happening for him. Maybe because there's no really someone to really be a good pairing with him. I think now maybe Bruno Fernandes is coming in, but I think Bruno has taken the limelight away from him, so maybe he feels a bit back in the background now.
Okay, next question. We've got Rafael Reich, another regular guest.
Nine in a row. Where got 8?
Okay.
Nine.
Question after winning 9 in a row, do you guys still get excited when your team wins the Serie A title, or is it more like minimum expectation to win the league nowadays? Zaki.
I want to answer the question.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yes, Zaki, go ahead. I think Rafa
Because-
did a Calciopoli and took away one title, another one title. But anyway, go ahead, Zaki.
It's not easy to win 9 in a row. Okay, because you change the coach and then you change the squad a little bit. So if you want to keep the team going, you have to keep winning on something. Scudetto is the hardest part for Juventus because it include 38 matches in a season, whereby the Champions League is about 12 or 15 matches. So I want to see Juventus won uh, another 5 seasons in a row in the future.
Well, let's see on that. One last comment. Come on. Mark Hosegai, what is the expectation of Pirlo this season? This is leading up nicely to our next segment. Bala, what is the expectation of Pirlo this season?
Of course, winning Champions League and then retaining Syria.
Okay.
So it's
So that's a big call to win Champions League.
because I think Pirlo, I think maybe have no experience, so nothing much can be said either way. But well, that's the expectation of Juve fan. I think if a Juve fan.
Yeah.
But
I agree
once
with
again-
Bala because Pirlo is a rookie coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he surely has the winning mentality.
Yeah,
Pirlo
we're
is
going to
a
go to
rookie
this segment
and
right now.
he don't have a proper pre-season for Juventus, so we have to give him a time.
Okay, guys.
Juventus can
Hold your guns first. We're going to get there real soon now.
again.
So next segment,
Now we deep dive into Pirlo. Yeah.
So what do you make of Juventus management decision to fire Maurizio Sarri and then hire a new coach like Andrea Pirlo? So Zaki, this is for you. Zaki, you get the question?
I think maybe I start first.
Okay, Bala, you answer then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get back to
Okay,
Zaki.
got it.
after
Give the chance to Sarri because
okay.
yeah.
Carry on.
Go ahead, Zaki.
Okay, Zaki, go ahead.
I think it's the connection. Yeah.
Okay.
Perform when Ronaldo not coming is not there. So I think Juve has forgotten the DNA, whereby his teamwork is you.
Zaki, we can't hear you. Zaki, you need to re-log in. Bala, please answer this question then.
While we get Zaki on board again. Yeah.
Sarri out, Pirlo in. Basically, what is the ideology behind it? I think they already got a very good coach in the name of Aguilera. So I think the reason why they brought Sarri in because to bring the attacking flair, what he did with the Napoli. But once again, I think he couldn't do it because it's not overnight. He can do things overnight. And one of the concept doesn't jive with the club philosophy and the players he had at that moment of time. And once again, to do a Sarri system is basically the entire team had to be connected as one unit. It's like a Spartan warriors, Everybody need to be united as one single system. But like I said, to individual out Ronaldo and then to make the team work, I think pity him. And then Pirlo, basically, I think they similarly follow what Zidane did. So they thought it would be a similar recipe for Ronaldo with the Juventus with Pirlo. So it's still a question mark. I don't want to judge him because it's still a first season, like what Zaki said. So we need to give him time and think. But I still don't agree much on the changing the tradition whereby Juve want to go in attacking, all out flair, winning the fans. I think of course they're going after different kind of brands in terms of the clothing, in terms of the badge. It's fine, but the system wise, they should remain as the Juve system because it worked very well And why can't they just maintain it? I just couldn't find the logic why they want to change it. But of course, changes are necessary. But let's give him a chance and see how.
Okay, next question, Alwin.
Yeah, so we are still talking about these two guys, Sari out and Zaki in. So we'll go back to Zaki now. Okay, so the thing is, Zaki, Juve's philosophy here. I mean, like between Pirlo and Sari, are they going into more of winning in style rather than winning at all costs? Are they trying to really? I mean, winning is just not good enough for Juve anymore. We need to win in style. I mean, is that where Juve is going already, Zaki?
I think your child wants to speak as well.
Actually, I think why Juventus management choose Sarri because they want to change the Juventus philosophy of play, but it couldn't last because the gameplay is not really good. It's not encouraging. Even though we won the Scudetto, but we have to go all out to get the Scudetto. So the reason why they change Pirlo maybe because of financial reason, rather than the I think the style of play. Of course, Pirlo is very good player, but I think to judge Pirlo on the first season, I think is a bit harsh because he have the improper preseason. He just appointed as a team coach, and then we have about now about 10 matches. It's a big result, and I believe stamp and bring the success for Juventus. Just give him a time because he's a rookie coach actually.
Okay.
Sorry,
Right,
because
nice.
I'm inside.
No, don't worry,
Zaki.
Zaki. Even though the stadiums are empty, you got supporters, bro, at the back. Okay. Okay.
Assarie, my next question is for you. What do you make of Pirlo's performance as Juventus manager so far?
So far, it has been okay. I mean, I wouldn't put high expectations on him because he's a rookie manager. So far, I think he's only lost one, which is to Barcelona. Then after in the league, I think he's still unbeaten. It's just that the players. It's more the players' fault in terms of concentration. All this. It's nothing to do with the manager. The manager can only do so much, but on the pitch, it's up to the players. So far, he has been okay, but it's still early in the season. We will see how it goes from here.
What is Pirlo's playing style? I mean, for the team, his managerial style for the team is because I understand that Antonio Conte was one of his. The guys he looked up to, and we all know Antonio Conte's style is very hard pressing, gung ho,
Okay.
So do you feel the same that's happening now with Pirlo?
Not really. Maybe he's trying to mix and match with Allegri or Ancelotti and Conte style. But among all the matches which I watched, the one against Dynamo Kiev, away in the Champions League, where we really played that kind of controlling football back in the 90s, where they were playing the ball around and the opponent was trying to get the ball but unsuccessful. Then they were pressing, and then we go on the counter. That was what I fell in love with Juve back in the 90s. But so far, there was only one game, and it was against Dynamo Kiev. So I thought he could replicate the play against Barca, but Barca dictated the game. So maybe he needs more time to really impose his style into the team.
And I think in that game also Morata managed to stay on side lah. So that's important.
That's another issue lah.
Yeah. Alwin, next one.
Yeah, so
Over to you.
basically, Juve, from what we look at their recent signings and all, are they trying to refresh the team by signing in new young players? Basically, young. Are they trying to like really bring in the young talents and all that? Because guys like Arthur, Demiral, Dilik, and of course now including Kulusevski. In fact, I wanted to ask you guys question about Kulusevski as well. How do you see this young generation of Juve players really bringing this team forward? And of course, with the Kuda Tua there up there lah, including him. So.
And also, can the fans have the patience to give these players time to develop? Bala.
Yes, exactly. Do they have the time and the patience for this?
Well, I only want to say there's only one Pep Guardiola, and there's only one Barcelona. I don't know what is this with this attacking. So, isn't Barcelona have their own La Masia, you see, and then they develop player Messi, Xavi. They develop the players from the grassroots and they come out with a system. These players they get from around everywhere except for Ato Melo, who was surprisingly came in for Ato.
Pjanic.
Yes. So he was previously the Indian midfield. He took him out. Of course, the AG. So he took him and put in Ato Melo. I think he featured only once or twice, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we need to give time naturally, but then I don't think they'll make much immediate impact, because they need to come up with systems. So I don't know how well Pirlo can do it. Don't forget, Manchester City was struggling the first season with the great Pep Guardiola. So in now overnight, he was pounding the plus. Even Jurgen Klopp, it took him some time to at least 3-4 seasons before Liverpool become what they are. So I don't know. I still believe it's the mentality of the squad, and the team have to guys with the player coach. No point, because for me, Pirlo now is what he wants. Of course, I don't blame him. I only blame the management. Do they want him to go attacking? Do they give him enough resources? Or do they immediately want him to get results with the expectation of the fans? At least the 10 Serie titles on the way. So, a lot of question marks. Then the answers currently right now.
Okay, Bala, you sound very unhappy and worried about Juventus at this point of time, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Zaki. This Juventus has created this, has got this unwanted reputation of choking in Champions League finals. So, so many finals you've got to, you've lost. Of course, the rest of us who don't support Juventus, we love it lah. But, you've got this reputation of becoming Raja Kampung, where you do very well at home, but in Europe, you struggle. What do you make of that?
It's Jago Kampung Day.
Apalah, jago ke raja apa?
Okay. Bala doesn't want the raja yet lah. He wants jago dulu, then baru lepas tu raja.
Okay. What do you make of this reputation of Juventus in Champions League?
Actually, I watched all the final where Juve lost about 5 times. Lost to Dortmund, to Madrid twice, to Milan, and to Barcelona. People tend to say that when you lose the final, then you are struggling because you not won the cup. But going into the final also is a bit challenging and difficult. So we have to cherish that Juventus managed to go to the final more than any other team and lost more than other team. So we have to accept the fact that actually Juve doing well for the past 20-25 years. Losing in final is, of course, it's very painful. It's normal. But I think once Juve won the Champions League, I think they will won the Champions League hopefully 3 or 5 times in the future. They just need to win the Champions League once, and then maybe they can build their reputation, because on Juventus statue, winning just 2 Champions League is, I think, is the most underrated team for Juventus. So they need to win I think another 3 or 5 times.
Okay.
Okay.
Assarie,
Yeah.
next question
Yes.
is for you. Okay.
Okay.
Like what Zaki spoke about. Okay, you've gone to the Champions League finals the most. But I mean, Juventus' philosophy is always about winning. So
Yeah.
you cannot say I go to the Champions League final the most, but you've not won it enough. That surely will kick in with you. Do you think this season finally Juventus can win the Champions League?
This season,
Yeah.
I hope so. Of course, as a fan, I hope so. But looking at how the team perform right now, I don't think we can go far. But like I say it's only early in the season. We see how January comes. I think we'll get out of the group stage, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's how far we can, the knockout stage is 50-50. You can play bad and still win. You can play very well and you lose. So anything can happen in February, sorry. And we see how it goes from there.
Yeah,
Is Ronaldo the answer? I mean, is Ronaldo the answer for this? That this final jigsaw, I think we've been waiting since Ronaldo came in. I think still trying to fit the piece in .
We want, of course, we want him to be the answer, but people forget that in Real Madrid, he was no doubt their best player, but he was surrounded by great players as well.
Yeah.
He had Toni Kroos, he had Luka Modric, he had Karim Benzema as a partner, he had a very healthy Gareth Bale, and he had Sergio Ramos at the back. So it wasn't just Ronaldo. If you want to win the Champions League, you have to buy the whole Real Madrid squad. Yeah.
I think I would beg to differ on that because talking about before Juve signed Ronaldo, that previous season they of course lost in Turin 3-0, but they able to beat them 3-0 and last night only by Ronaldo. But in Juve, it's no way it's a weak team compared to Real Madrid. Even that moment of time, if you ask me, and if you ask me, Ronaldo actually became a curse to Juventus.
Yeah. What I meant was, if you want to bring Ronaldo is you need Ronaldo type of players with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Juve, we don't have superstars. You see, we have team players. Yeah. So if you want to bring Ronaldo, he's not going to be a team player. That's what I tell you. It was a mistake bringing him in, playing the amount of money. With that money, you can buy some younger players to fit into the system.
You could have bought
youth.
Should have focused on Dybala instead, or build a club around Dybala. What do you think about that?
Dybala is another issue.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, go ahead. At least maybe you can share what's the issue with Dybala then.
The issue for me, I think for him is his mentality.
Okay.
No doubt he's a great technical player, but what separates the good players and the great players, Messi and Ronaldo, is when they are down, you pick yourself up. Unlike Dybala, when he's down, he sulk, he complain there and here, complain to the management, he did not get to play. But everything has been given to him, and now he wants 15 million a season with that kind of performance, giving the ball away and leading Lazio to score the goal. He wants 15 million, but he's playing like a 5 million a year season type of player. You're wearing the number 10, please behave like one.
Yes, correct. Number 10 is worn by legends.
Yes,
this is one.
And Zaki, you agree with that? With Assarie's point on Dybala not doing enough for the club?
Yeah, I think the problem is with his mentality at the moment.
Okay.
Because actually he have a problem with Allegri, with Sarri, and then I don't know whether he have a problem with Pirlo because it's too early to judge. But looking at his performance until the matches between Lazio, I think Pirlo have to polish him as where he became in 2016 or 17, because with this kind of performance, it's better for Juve to sell him to the other team at the end of the season. So he have to keep improving on his performance on the field, and then stop complaining about not playing everything, because there's the difference between good and the great players.
Okay, and Mr. Bala, you carry part of the name. So do you want to stand in defense of Dybala?
All right, okay, let's look at before Ronaldo came in. I think Dybala having pressure. One is playing for national team, Messi is there. All right, and then he was. I think just before Ronaldo came in, he was doing well. And don't forget that he was one of the match performers against Barcelona. So I don't know. Maybe this kind of guy, is young. You need to nurture him, and I'm not sure about it. But then I feel this guys, Messi and Ronaldo. I think it's basically it's just went in between him, and then I think he's currently struggling to adapt to his new system, because even though he had a problem with the coaches, like Messi also had a problem with coaches as well. I think Bonucci had a problem with Juventus. I think it's even worse than what Dybala actually did. He went to AC Milan and he came back. So I think in terms of betrayal, I think all right, but then we have to look again historically as well. I think it's not Dybala's issue. I think the management of the team and what concept they call him the jewel, when I was in Palermo. So they saw something in him which I think they could shine. But why the hell you signed Ronaldo? Once again, it's a mystery for me. And thank God Messi didn't come to Juventus. I think he'll take another 5 years. I don't know what to say about it.
All right. I've got a personal question. This one I'll give to Assarie. Personal question is Mr. Antonio Conte, your former Juventus captain, legend as your manager. He's the one that started your revival. Now he's at your hated rivals, Inter. What do you feel about it? Or what do you make about it when that news came through?
I was surprised that he went to Inter. But as a professional, maybe he put emotions aside and tried to do the best job he can with the club he's at right now. Of course, as a Juve fan, I wouldn't want him to succeed. But knowing that he's a proven winner, he's trying to prove to Juve that he can win it without them. And he already won it with Chelsea in the EPL.
Yeah. But don't worry, he's proving Juventus. He's still got Juventus in his heart because he's not winning with us yet.
But I don't think the Inter performance has nothing to do with him. It's just that.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Juventus. The players.
I don't know why you all can't score. There's so many chances.
Yeah, correct. That's the thing. Like what you said about Juventus, your players are letting you down. It's the same for Inter. The players are letting Conte down, and that's part of the reason.
I guess.
Sorry? What was that?
I think Arsenal or Italy, they pass.
They're trying to find that perfect goal, is it? Hey, our producer later shut us all off, We need to be careful with Arsenal, bro. Okay.
Hey, actually laughing at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay, now we go to a segment where we talk about fantasy. We talk about the all-time favorites, your favorites, and the favorites of favorites. So we're going to do this systematically. So you're going to break down your all-time favorite Juventus 11. I've already given this homework to the three of you. So I think you three should be ready with your players already. But I'm going to break it down in this order. Assarie, you give us your goalkeeper and defender choices. So this is in a 4-3-3 formation. Assarie, your goalkeeper and defender choices. Then Bala and Zaki can check if they, they concur or they differ with his choices. Assarie.
Unfortunately, I need to go 3-5-2 because I couldn't fit the system 4-3-3. So I think
You're a rebel.
But 3-5-2, 4-3-3, still one goalkeeper, bro. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go, Assarie.
Okay, for my goalkeeper is the greatest of all time, Gigi Buffon. No, not Dinosaur. Gigi Buffon. Okay. Then the back four, right back will be Lilian Thuram. Centre back will be Fabio Cannavaro and Giorgio Chiellini. Left back is Zambrotta.
Okay, I got the same as well as you. Those were my choices too. Yeah. Zaki?
Any difference?
I have a one difference with Assarie. Buffon is the goalkeeper as a goalkeeper, and Thuram on the right side, Zambrotta in the left. But the centre back, on my opinion, is between Fabio Cannavaro and Paulo Montero, because we need the hard man. Because we need the hard man to push the opponent.
Okay. Bala, your three. Name your goalkeeper and your back three.
I think Buffon without shadow of doubt with the goalkeeper. But then the defender went with Cellini, Montero, and Ferrara as a centre back.
No Cannavaro there.
For me, just another. He's not a good captain. If you ask me, or even a Juve guy.
Overhyped, overrated.
No, you should not leave the lady when she's alone. Is it? And the Serie B.
Alwin, yours? What do you got?
I mean, if I go for the 4, of course, I think you guys missed out. Okay, the only difference I see is I left Thuram out. Okay, goalkeeper is goalkeeper lah. I didn't put Peruzzi or anybody inside there. It's still Buffon.
But Peruzzi is a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
But just too proud, I guess.
I like to see Pesotto on the left. Actually, I like Pesotto playing on the left, and I think Zambrotta is quite versatile, so we can play him on the right as well. Yeah, okay, even though maybe not his favorite, but he can play on the right. And then I put Chiellini and Montero. So I also left out Cannavaro actually. And I agree with Zaki. Montero is definitely, you need that real orang keras lah, the hard man there in the middle. Yeah. So basically that's my defense. Yeah.
Okay, now for the midfield three. Zaki, your midfield three. Who you've got?
Okay. Because the formation is 4-3-3.
Yeah.
4-3-3. Okay. I've choose Didier Deschamps as a defensive midfielder, and then for the attacking midfielder I choose 2, which is Zinedine Zidane and Andrea Pirlo.
Okay. All right. Assarie, who you got?
Yeah.
I have my 3 midfield is Nedved, Pirlo, and Zidane.
Oh,
attacking.
Attacking. Bala?
The back very secure already.
What?
Your 5 in midfield that you've got?
Okay, for me, basically the 4 midfielder, Nedved on the left, Camoranesi on the right,
okay,
with the Deschamps and Takinadi in middle, with the Zidane as the playmaker.
Okay. Alwin?
Yeah, so for my one, I went with four midfielders here, right? Because because I think for Juve, maybe another underrated player for me is Angelo Di Livio. Because I think on the right side, the guy may not be the most flamboyant or the scoring goals and all that, but he covers basically the entire flank on the right, from defense to midfield and all that. So Di Livio on the right, Nedved I put on the left, Zidane, of course, the creative juice and all that, and the pitbull Edgar Davids there to break up all the play and all that in the middle of the just sitting in front of the defense. Yeah.
Okay. My choices were Edgar Davids, obviously, because he's got interlinks. my new friend, Mr. Antonio Conte, and Zinedine Zidane as the playmaker. So we've got some comments. Some people are chiming in. Let's see what you got to say. Jojo Juve says, Juve brothers, is Morata the modern day super people?
Good question. Good question. Yeah. What do you guys think?
No, because the way Morata and Pipo Inzaghi play is different. Pipo cannot dribble. He just be there in the nick of time to score the goal. But Morata can keep the ball, have a good speed, and then have a good header and both of his legs. So Morata is more complete than Pipo Inzaghi.
And yet people want more than Morata.
Yeah, of course lah.
But do you guys? Okay, we have another question there.
Carry on,
so from Rafa, Rafa, right? So Cristiano and Dybala out and build the team around Alvaro Morata then?
Bala.
For me,
What do
I
you think?
said, like I said Dybala should be there. We know Cristiano, but Morata, why not? It's a team. I think don't forget, it's Morata who scored the equalizer goal against Barcelona with this great Barcelona with Neymar, you see? With Marchisio providing such a move. So why not?
Maybe I think Morata. The thing with Morata is, especially these days, is probably becoming the victim of VAR lah. I think if VAR exists during Super Pipo time, bro, I tell you, probably even half of the goals are probably wiped out already. So
I remember in one of the tournament, I think Euros 2004. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
Where the commentator even made a comment: the amount of chances that Inzaghi had in the group stage with the top scorer, amount of offsides he had.
I think Euro 2000. That's Euro 2000. Okay, any more questions you got? Yo, Juve, Ras, do you think Inter will win the Scudetto or is it just fantasy? To quote Queen, I like Queen, It's one of my favorite bands, Queen. Will we win the Scudetto? I hope so. I of course hope so. It's the same as Juve hoping that they will win the Champions League. So for us, the Scudetto is the Champions League.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, I got to go back.
This season will be very tight.
Yeah, it will be. It could even be anyone's title this season. So it's exciting.
And Vishal, we have a comment from Vishal. Okay, Vishal, I didn't forget Nedved. Okay, remember him. So Nedved is there. Yeah.
Okay, 2 more comments coming in. Steven John, none of you guys have Vishal Platini. I guess it's because except for Zaki, I don't think anyone else have seen him play in person. Is that right, guys? Giacomo Frazetto, my friend. Assarie, your friend also. He said this is in Italian. Vincere importante è having del Assarie.
I love your Italian, man.
I don't know what it means.
The one is winning is not important.
Important is having you.
Yeah.
Is having you, Assarie. Assarie is having you that's important. He's talking about the
you,
days
Giacomo.
where you our good friend Giacomo. Okay, I want to revise a bit. I just remembered my midfield 3 was actually Edgar Davids, Pirlo, and Conte, not Zidane.
So you don't have Zidane in your team?
Got later.
Okay.
Forward 3. Forward 3. Let's start. Bala, what's your? Oh, you got 2 up front. Okay.
Yeah, you got 2.
For me, Del Piero and Inzaghi, of course.
Okay, cool. But Assarie, forward 3.
Forward 3, Del Piero, Baggio, and Ronaldo.
Oh, cakap tamu sekali Ronaldo masuk juga,
Yeah, no doubt, but he's been scoring goals, so I put him there. Let Del Piero and Baggio assist him.
All right. For those who do not know Malay, I was just telling him that you don't want. You were saying you don't want Ronaldo in the team, but you still had it in your fantasy team. So just translation. Zaki, your front line. Who you got up front?
Okay, I put aside Ronaldo because I want to choose the team before he came to Juventus. So my best 3 attacking is Nedved, Del Piero, and David Trezeguet.
Okay, cool. Alwin,
so everybody had Del Piero, so that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, I think maybe none of us will leave out Del Piero. For me, also is Del Piero up front there with Super Pipo. So I think that these 2 guys, great partnership.
Okay, my forward had Zidane. Zidane is the playmaker. Baggio and Del Piero.
Okay.
So that's there you have it. Our fantasy Juventus.
But also, I would like to remind you a few players like Torricelli. Don't forget him.
Torricelli,
also one of the good players. The what do you call that? The Alan Boskic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vladimir Jugovic and all these kind of guys, I think like underrated. But then unfortunately, the system of the play depends on how you.
Nicholas Silver Fox, Ravanelli.
Yeah. Hey, Nicholas Bender won Nicholas Anelka also.
Yeah.
Nicholas Anelka.
So Victor.
Okay. Okay. Quick one. Managers. Who you got as your manager? Alwin.
Lippi.
Assarie.
Fabio Capello.
Zaki.
Lippi.
Bala.
I think Allegri.
Okay, I got Trapattoni. I'm not gonna choose Lippi at all.
It's a Juve show, and this is it's a Juve show, and this is the first time we heard the word Trapattoni came out. So guys, different generation, another fantastic manager of Juve's times. Yeah. So shout out to Trapattoni.
He won every club competition that is there to be won.
Yeah.
I think one other thing you guys should see also is a press conference during his time in Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, Okay, now I'm going to ask all of you a quick one. Your favorite strike partnership of all time. So is it Del Piero Inzaghi or Del Piero Trezeguet? Assarie.
My favorite was Del Piero Trezeguet.
Zaki?
Same. Del Piero Trezeguet.
Bala?
For me, Inzaghi. I think he's more effective. Zidane in the middle.
Okay. For me, Inzaghi as well, because Trezeguet broke my heart in Euro 2000. But then he missed the penalty in the World Cup 2006.
Yeah.
So it all adds up, all good.
Fantastic goal, by the way, Euro 2000.
You don't rub
Just
salt
take the cup and go.
don't rub salt in the wounds.
That was a golden goal, right?
Yeah.
Golden goal.
I cried that night.
I was heartbroken. I didn't cry, but I was really heartbroken. Terrible. We should have won that final. Your friend, Mr. Del Piero. How many chances he missed?
But he won the World Cup for you. Okay,
Yeah. All right. Okay, quick one, guys. Before we wrap up the show, all-time favorite Juventus player. No need to ask Assarie, I know. Bala?
All time. I think Del Piero.
Okay.
Padoin.
Zaki, who you got?
Zaki?
Of course, Del Piero.
Okay. Assarie laughing, you know who's the player already?
Yeah. Yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah, carry on. What's his name?
Of course, Alessandro Del Piero.
All right. Alwin, who's your favorite?
I mentioned it earlier, Pavel Nedved.
Pavel Nedved won the Ballon d'Or with Juventus.
Yeah,
So,
correct.
Yeah, we have to remember that. So he's a great player, but
exactly.
compared to Del Piero is the legend with Juventus.
I think maybe for Juve fan, because you guys follow Juve day in day out and all that, so Del Piero has journeyed with you all the longest like from an outsider coming in, right? When we look, I found the Nedved period was quite good and he was really fantastic for the club during that period.
Talking about Nedved, there was one game in the Champions League where I actually supported Juventus, and that was the 2002-2003 semi-final against Real Madrid. And I think Nedved played very well in that game.
Yeah.
That was
fantastic game.
He would have made the difference in the final, I think.
Yeah.
Because
final
he couldn't play in the final.
Suspended.
And I think for us, we know. Yeah, Zaki.
If Nedved is not suspended in the final versus Milan, I think Juve have a chance to win against Milan in the final.
That's the greatest ever final, by the way.
There's tactical Syria. There's a tactical Syria game in the Theatre of Dreams.
Ever final played in the Theatre of Dreams.
Liverpool
boring one.
was worse. Liverpool versus Spurs was worse.
Yeah, it's very
Liverpool versus Spurs. Oh my! I would have preferred Ajax in that final.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for your input and your time on this show. I like to remind this show, Ras Takes on Europe. We generally speak about Champions League, so it's not very Premier League centric. We speak about anything that's going on in Champions League, big games, shock results, whatever. So do tune in. It's on Tuesday nights, and of course, like us on NapShot Studio. Zaki, if your fan base at Juventus Fan Club Malaysia and AssarieAssarie Juventus Club Singapore, please get them on board as well. Like us, subscribe to us, and we've got a whole other shows, and those are mainly Premier League centric. So if any one of you all like to tune into that, you can also, of course, tune into that as well. But for anything European, this is the show to be. So thanks a lot for taking the time out to speak to us. There were some technical glitches along the way as well. We overcome that. Zaki, the supporter, well done, Zaki. Alwin, you got any final words? I'm sure you do.
I just wanted to go to, Zaki and Assarie, if so for people who want to join in your Juventus fan club, they just find you guys on Facebook, or is it easy to look up you guys? For those in Malaysia, Singapore,
Okay. Yeah, Zaki.
Okay. For in Malaysia, because the current pandemic, it's very difficult for us to organize a futsal, a football, everything. But they still can follow us on our Facebook, Juventus Official Fan Club Malaysia, and then our IG, Juventus Club Malaysia. So we will keep updating about Juventus on the current season.
Okay, for those who missed that, it's Juventus Official Fan Club Malaysia, JOFCM, MY, right?
MY, and then Y at the end.
A small Y at the end, yeah. Assarie,
yeah.
How about your team's futsal?
Yeah, to those who are interested to join to our membership, you always can log into Facebook and visit our Facebook page, Juventus Football Club Singapore, and also our Instagram page. There's a link for you to sign up. Same as in for Zaki's as well, because in Singapore, because of the current pandemic, there's no football going around, there's no match viewing going around. But we'll update as the time goes by, see whether the situation improves and whether the government lets us have gather and watch match viewing.
Yeah.
Okay.
For those in Singapore, if you join Assarie and you play with them, you might see me as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Alwin, any last words?
No, thank you. In fact, thank you for all our guests for joining. Thanks for guys online who are watching. Thanks for all the support you have given to NapShot and subscribing, sharing, liking as well. So,
no problem.
It's International Week, so it's a bit
good luck. Actually, good luck. Hopefully, players don't get COVID and.
Actually, the tricky part about the International Week is this COVID situation may get worse, and that could disrupt further schedule and all this. So, we'll have to see how it goes. Yep.
I'm surprised common sense has not been used to stop these matches.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. Bala. Happy Deepavali in advance to you.
Thank you so much to you also as well.
Yes, Bala.
Happy Deepavali to three of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hopefully, there's water, Bala, on Deepavali day.
Hopefully. I need to come to Seremban, so cannot come out, so lockdown.
Yeah, I cannot come back.
Oh yeah.
I think parting shot. Maybe Selangor need water from Singapore Okay, let's end that way.
Probably
right.
Okay, guys. It was nice talking to all of you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.